been a while.
Yeah. Dude, I love it out here. I love coming out here. It makes me realize I'm free. Just driving. It's so green, man. All I see is just infrastructure where I live. You know what I'm saying? And just drive. It just reminds me that I'm not shackled by the constructs of society.
Well, that's what's nice about Austin. It just takes a little drive and then you're out. You know what I'm saying? Like living in LA, it takes forever to get through the city, you know? But here, you can drive.
Isn't there like a lake outside of LA? You know where Andy, you know the beginning of, and I should actually know this, but you know the beginning of the Andy Griffith show where like he skips the rock?
Never seen the Andy Griffith show.
But you know like I'm saying like the beginning intro like that.
Maybe I would know if I saw it.
It's that one.
Uh-huh.
That was a poor whistle. I didn't want to whistle into the mic. That's not.
I can imagine some people walking around. Maybe Opie walks around. Is he in?
He's with Opie. It's him
okay.
and who's Ron Howard. You know that?
Yeah.
So it's him and Opie, and then he just skips a rock at a lake.
Are they father-son?
Father-son, yeah.
Okay.
Father-son, and then the mother situation was always unclear. They never fully addressed it.
There was just no mom?
There's no mom in that show ever. Every season it was him with a different chick trying to like give Opie a mother. It was, there was a deeper storyline to Andy. It wasn't all just fun and games back then.
Yeah, that's cute.
People
like
were trying
that.
to live lives.
Right. And
Also, I need to just say goodbye to your girlfriend, dude.
Bye, Grayson.
You were just gonna let her leave.
I was.
You
To
were
be
just
honest,
you were just
I
gonna
was.
let her leave, dude.
Well, I consider this to be like a heavy production, like the show.
This is a heavy.
Like,
She should have been out of here an
She
hour
should've been
ago. That's insane. Now that she's gone, I can talk shit. But no, dude, you really crossed the line this morning, and we need to address that.
What did I do?
You know what you did.
I asked for a latte or a coffee with milk.
I texted you saying, "What do you?" I'm going to Starbucks. By the way, I would have gone to we're drinking Starbucks.
I know you crossed the line.
I would have gone to a mom and pop shop, but times are rough for you, boy, and I got a gift card.
Starbucks.
But I texted what you want, and you gave me an option for your. Well, that is, I mean, you stepped over a line there. You crossed a boundary. You know me. You know how in my head I get. So now I have to step up and decide for you. Well, like, let's see how. I do care about Niko's enamel, so I know if I get the coffee, it's going to be a little worse for that. If I get the latte, it's lighter on the coffee.
Yeah.
More milk, though. I don't know if he's having stomach issues. I don't want him to just be sitting guzzling down milk while we're trying to do this. I mean, come on, man. You got to give me the order in and out. But also, when I got there, the line was too long, and I was like, fuck, if I had the option right now. Because then I told you to tell me what you wanted. You told me latte. If I had the option, I could have got the coffee. Could have got it there quicker, but...
How does that? Oh, because they just do that right away.
They just turn around and fill her up.
That's kind of why I gave you the option, because I know you as a black coffee drinker, and so I'm already feeling emasculated by the situation.
Dude,
and so if I just responded latte, I was like, I'm gonna get roasted or something.
No, dude. But I'm also a former barista.
Okay.
I respect the game.
Do you respect a latte? Is that
absolutely? My dad, who I look at as a man, drinks a quad latte, and then he says latte because he tries to get fancy, and he goes to Starbucks, which is defeats the whole. Like, this isn't Italy.
Yeah. What about vanilla latte? Would that have been pushing it?
We're just getting a little racy there in these times. You don't want to just get a vanilla latte, like maybe a pump of cinnamon.
Blonde vanilla latte?
Blonde vanilla latte.
Roasted me?
You're fixing. You're gonna get yourself in trouble.
Because that actually is my favorite. But
really.
I mean, if I'm going for like a sweet drink like that,
I like.
I should have got one so you could have tried it.
I've never had.
I mean,
I didn't even know. I thought you made that up. A blonde latte.
No, it's like the coffee is the blonde roast within the vanilla latte. So it's
okay. Well, that's a lot.
I mean, do you think about roasts? Dark roast, medium roast, blonde roast? It's just flavor, right?
For real. Well, no. Well, like it's like the boldness of it, like the dark. Yeah, it's flavor.
Right.
And I actually think the lighter roasts have more caffeine. Like your blonde roast, I think has more caffeine.
Really?
Yeah, I think the less you roast it, I don't know, dude. I'm speaking.
Former barista.
Dude, I was. How do you feel about the tucked shirt? Like if
tucked shirt?
Yeah, if you're
I'll tuck right now, dude.
No,
this is the French tuck when you just tuck the front.
Is that what they call it?
I think so.
The French tuck, so which means it's
gay? Yeah, I don't know.
Do you
But this is brutal. Like, why would you ever just tuck the front?
So I'm working at a hotel now.
Right.
And they told me to tuck my shirt, and like I looked at myself. This is a nice shirt, like a nice $60 like button-up shirt. Like I could wear this on a yacht, like and look. It looks like a Tommy Bahama. It's a nice shirt, and I got 3 of them. Kind of stoked on it.
Yeah.
But I tucked it in.
Wear it next week on the episode.
I will. They told me to tuck it in, and I looked at myself. Now I look like a weenie. Like now I look like a pool boy. But if I just have it untucked, I look sophisticated and nice. But the second I tuck it in, I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah. No, there is something. I get what you're saying about tucking it in. It makes you kind of look like a dweeb.
It looks like
in this day and age.
It makes me look like I can have my way with you.
Yeah.
No matter what you're gonna tell me and enforce, I can tell you no, and you're gonna do it. That's what it makes when I see a tuck shirt. Unless you're just an old man coming from church, I respect that too.
But is it a short sleeve or a long sleeve?
Short.
And you're wearing shorts as well, right?
No, pants.
You're wearing pants.
So it's at least that's less of a pool boy look.
Yeah, but the short sleeve tucked in looks to pants. That looks weird,
dude.
It's a weird look. It's like some weird office guy.
I don't think you should ever. Why do you need to be tucked? I was on a.
Unless you're wearing like a suit or something like that.
Dude, when I was on a fire crew in Arizona last summer, I was on a saw crew. It's not really a fire. We were like cutting.
Flex.
We were cutting down trees for like wildland fire suppression. And one day, I think I don't know if my shirt was untucked. Something about my shirt. I took my shirt off, and they're like, and we're out in the woods chopping down trees. Like I didn't have no shirt on, but the shirt that I was supposed to wear, I took off for a second. Like I was told that like, hey, we're working. You got to put that in. It's like tuck. It's like, dude, we're in the woods cutting down trees for a fire right now. People still care how you look. It's crazy.
I think that just goes to show how not work the work is if you have time for that. Because if you're really going to battle with the fires, nobody gives a fuck what you're doing. You know, if you're going to war, it all goes out the window. But when you have time to say, hey, tuck in your shirt, it's like, we're not really fighting fires, are we?
No, dude, it's we're just polishing shit at this point. And when you can polish the shit as much as you want, dude, it's still a turd. But you know what I realize is, so I'm in like the hardest part of this comedy stuff is like figuring out what to do with your day, like your day job, like what to do to make money. And
I mean, if we could just get our OnlyFans going, it'd be so much easier.
Man, I pitched the idea. I basically softballed it up to you. I did all the not leg work, but mental, and it wasn't much. I didn't even think about it. That was all on the spot. But anyways,
I've heard actually that the women with penises can get some work done. So I think you got to transition. But
you think I should transition?
If you want to get on OnlyFans, I think dudes don't do super well on OnlyFans, but ladies do.
Is there a way to transition with my penis and then go back? Like if I started estrogen for a little bit?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
somebody made a good
like taking
point.
roids or something.
Somebody made a good point. I think it was Eric Griffin, where he was like, men as they get older tend to be like sexy, like, you know, that old man, that silver fox look, and then women, it kind of goes the other way.
Yeah, they get screwed.
And he's like, what if all these like people that transition to women, like once they start getting old, they just go back to a man, so they'll be handsome and like in the later part.
Yeah. Find the pocket.
Yeah, but dude, what I found out, so like, I don't know, you and I have talked about this, but just for the sake of us, if this is boring, cut it out. But like, I moved to Austin and I used my GI Bill, and like the plan, like I have the resume to be a firefighter, and like now I have I did EMT, but like that just is a real career.
Yeah, that's
a real career.
And it's hard to get off the shift and hit an open mic.
Exactly.
Got
Austin's schedule right now is like 2 on, 1 off. So 48 hours straight, 24 off, which is gnarly. That's one. Yeah, it's it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Or it wouldn't be as efficient as it has been. But
it is still possible. I mean, there's people who don't become a comedian until they're like 40 years old. It's just a long, it's about how comfortable you want to be and how long you want to take.
Yeah, I'm realizing. So like, and I started at first. I was like, all right, let's just I was working a bar job, and that was just for the weekends. I was getting like the GI Bill like pays you like a living stipend, so you make a little money. But that I thought working for drunk people was the worst thing in the world.
Oh yeah,
just dealing with drunk, and you know, because you're a sober guy, dealing with drunk people, especially when you're sober, sucks.
Yeah.
But I have found something worse, and that is rich people. Oh my God, dude.
Really?
Oh my God. These people think the entire world revolves around them because they found a way to make them money and do nothing else for the world. Like I'm talking about like the finance guys, the dudes that like own a hotel or whatever. These
Elon
really
Musk.
Not Elon Musk. He's making a difference. He's at least like, like doing something for the environment at the very least.
Right.
But I'm talking about the guys that are just like, manage funds and stuff and like they suck. Like they will come out and just be like, I'm ready for my car.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll go get your car. It's not here. I told you I was eating lunch. Why wouldn't you think that in 45 minutes? It's like, no way. You think you walk in here and I'm like, all right, I need like, you're the one you walk in that door, I forget about you, pal.
Wait, so did that interaction happen? The guy
Yeah,
walked in
I
and
overheard
said, hey,
him.
I'm having lunch.
I overheard him talking to the valet about that, and I was like, that's insane. Like, dude, nobody cares about you the way you think they do.
Yeah.
We don't know what you do. We don't know your name. They walk onto that. These rich people walk onto that they on the valet curb or whatever you want to call it, the sidewalk, I believe is the term. And the second they do, it's like they expect to hear trumpets and a red carpet and just everyone to know who they are and why they're there.
Yeah.
They just don't understand patience. They don't understand waiting for things like
Right.
other people. They don't understand that like if you don't like a price about something, why would you tell the worker that you don't like it and make them feel like shit as if they have any say? Like they don't understand that stuff. Or they just choose not forgot. I'm sure some of these guys grinded from the bottom.
Yeah.
And because some of them are really cool. Some rich people, like, dude, Elon Musk's brother. So Elon Musk, I don't even know I don't give a fuck if I get fired from this job. Elon Musk, and I'm gonna.
They're listening.
Because the other day I was, I'm driving.
Bentley?
Dude, no. I drove
Porsche?
a Ferrari, my first Ferrari and Lamborghini the other day.
Were you scared?
No, that's the thing. That's how I know I'm gonna get fired. Like I had the window down in my arm. I was driving an Audi. Is it the R7?
Yeah, I don't know.
One of those. Yeah, it was insane. Like I should not have been in this car.
Oh, it wasn't an R8.
R8 maybe. One of those. It was crazy. Like one of the craziest Audi I've ever seen. I shouldn't have been in this car. It was stick shift. I was the only guy that knows how to drive stick shift, which is a great perk. And so like I'm driving.
That's crazy that people work there and don't know how to drive stick.
It should be a requirement. It's like joining the Navy and not knowing how to swim.
So what do they do when you don't work there?
Who knows? Who knows, dude? But
now there's cars just crashing throughout the parking lot.
Stalling a Beamer. But I turn into the parking lot and like my arm is out the window, like I'm leaned back. I have my phone like plugged into the aux or like playing music. And
how far are you going?
We have like 3 lots, like not all within like a mile, but I take the long way with some of these cars. I'm gonna
get through Starbucks drive-through.
Yeah, and so we pull, like I pull in, like my arm's just out the window, and I'm just like swanging and banging this thing, and like the guy that like second in command of this entire hotel, like this staggering French man, he just said to me, he's like, "Oh, driving it like you own it," and my response to that was, "Yeah." And I just drove by like with the window down, and like this isn't gonna last long for me.
Yeah.
But
it'll be fun. Maybe you'll get some material out of it.
I don't know, dude. What I've concluded is I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna use my GI Bill and go back to college. I reached out to the counselors yesterday. I can't. How do I? And I'll just say it. I can't do this peasant work, dude.
Dude.
It's just like it's a one. Look, man. I was 7 years in the military and like doing important stuff, like. I used to organize escorts for American assets through tension-filled waterways in Dubai. Like
me too, dude. I know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And now you're teaching these little idiots how to stay in the lines, and it's just it's just I don't know, man. I'm a big like I got to be doing something to help somebody, even if it's just like becoming a personal trainer and like helping someone get into shape. Like parking a rich person's car is doing nothing for society.
Yeah. Well, for me, I just don't want to do anything. I see so many people that we're competing with or that we're going to mics with or that are doing comedy that have a way clearer schedule than I do. And I'm like, I need to get closer to that where I'm just not doing shit, but focusing on what I actually want to spend my time on. Like I look at Joe McNamara. This guy works 2 hours a day, but he figured out the system. But how are we gonna get you when you do eventually quit? I'm thinking how can you punk these rich pretentious douchebags? Put a tack on their chair, or maybe like just leave a McDonald's bag in the back seat or something. Like,
dude, I'll do what Seth Rogen's character did to, and you're not gonna get this reference, but I'm watching the Tommy Lee biopic right now.
yeah, why are you watching that?
It's dude. It's a awesome
Really?
story. Do you know what it's about?
Yeah, Tommy Lee, Pamela Anderson had a sex tape.
Yeah, bro.
And somebody stole it or something.
Yeah, so like, and this is what working for like rich people reminds Tommy Lee, I guess.
I love the sex tape. It's a great tape.
It's a great sec when he's steering the boat with his dick. But I mean, it's just it's a good performance. You should check it out. I hadn't seen either the tape and the show.
Okay.
I hadn't seen the tape either until I watched the show.
They got a few things wrong in the sex tape. There's a couple angles that are off for me. It's like, come on, do it right.
You know, they were on a boat, Niko. It's tough. But they, he screwed over. Did we talk about this on here? If we did, I'm going to stop.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, yeah, he just screwed over. He screwed over a dude that was working for him. Like, he was doing, he was the carpenter on the project. He was redoing one of the rooms, and Tommy Lee kept like changing shit. And then this guy would have to go take a loan out for the supplies, and like, he wasn't gonna pay him until it was all done. So like, this dude is now like 10 grand in the hole. He's broke as shit. He lives in like an apartment. They show like how he lives. He lives in squalor. He's like poor, and Tommy Lee's fucking him. And then he ends up firing him, and doesn't pay him anything.
Wow.
Yeah, and he'd been working on this project for like quite some time. So he came back, stole a safe. He didn't know about a sex tape. He wasn't going for a sex tape, but he stole this safe that had a bunch of guns, money, jewelry, and shit in it. And then he found the sex tape, and he's like, I'm gonna get this motherfucker and make my money. And at the time, the internet was just starting, so they created a website for people to buy this tape because they couldn't, like, they tried going to all the porn companies, and they're like, dude, without a release form from Tommy Lee and Pam Anderson, we're not doing this. Like,
right.
And then so he went to like this, I guess, mafiosa type guy who's played by Andrew Dice Clay in the show.
Oh, really?
It's great.
Yeah. He was great in Star is Born.
Yeah, he was. Lady Gaga's dad.
Mm-hmm.
A little creepy in that movie. You're going to be a star, baby. He like slaps her on the tush. Sing for daddy. Sing for daddy and the boys. They're like, him and his boys are just like limo drivers. They're like creeps, like smoking cigars in the house.
Yeah, I got to watch that one back.
It's a good one. Tell me something, boy. In the Shallows. Where were we?
He stole the sex tape. He couldn't sell it to anyone. He stole it. He gave it to Andrew Dice Clay.
Well, then they distributed it, and I guess like the whole like Pam Anderson was about to break through as like a serious actor finally.
Yeah.
Actress.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what the term is today. Act X. She was an Act X.
Yeah, entertainer.
She was an entertaintress.
Mm-hmm.
And she was gonna be like, she was trying to be a serious actress. She was trying to like not just be blonde hair,
Baywatch.
big tits, Baywatch, and like that's what she was. She was on Baywatch during the show, and like they show her on set where like they don't focus on her acting at all. It's like, guys, go fix her wedgie in the back. We need more boot. Like it's so like demeaning, and she's like famous in it, but like she's just looked at as a figure, and she was trying to like break that mold, and she was about to, like, she was getting like roll off.
Struggles of a hot girl. It's tough.
It is, man. You feel bad from every scene. At least she had her hair though. At least she had her hair. That would be rough. If she was doing all that, making all those millions with like alopecia, dude, then the jokes need to stop. But because she has hair. Anyway,
we're never going to stop referring to her.
I know. I get so mad at myself. I just don't like. Anyway, they no, man. It is funny. It is funny when you start to feel bad for Pam Anderson. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're like, you have all of this because you're hot.
Right.
Do I really feel bad? But then
it's just a TV show. They can make you feel however they want.
Right. It's also, but like, it's a true story. So it's also shitty though that happened to her because Tommy Lee was a dick to somebody. And I'm not done with the show, but I don't think at any point he addresses that, like, because she makes the point, like, yo, you're gonna get props for this. You just fucked Pamela Anderson. Like, people are like on a tape on a boat. Like, people are gonna dab you up. Like, but I'm gonna be a whore.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how it was played out.
Weren't they married or something?
They were married.
Yeah. So I feel like everybody kind of.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, who was judging her for that?
Dude, like today, a sex tape drops and nobody bats an eye.
Yeah.
Dave Portnoy has had like 3.
Yeah.
and just
Are they good?
keeps. I do every time like they get off the internet quick. I can't. Anytime a video pops, something crazy, I never know where to find it, where to go. Is it the Twitter? I don't know.
I'll send them to you. Let me know. I got a guy.
I know you got a guy. You got a meme lord.
Yeah, but yeah, Pamela Anderson said. I think that's also funny that this is the spin of like she was going to be a big star. Like, come on. Was she?
Yeah, dude. It's just, they're dramatizing the series.
Was she going to be the next? Who's the actress lady? Who's the best actress lady
right now? Oh, Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep. Was she going to be Meryl Streep if she didn't have the sex tape?
You know what's crazy is I know exactly what you're talking about when you ask that question, but I've never watched a Meryl Streep performance.
Yeah, she just gets thrown in as the best, but I couldn't tell you what movie is she in.
She had like what role was she? That's the thing. Like you say Johnny Depp, you know like Jack Sparrow. Like you know like significant roles. I just see her as a small part in every. Like the last thing she was just in was. Did you see the Don't Look Up movie?
No.
She was in that, and she played like a ditzy. She basically played Trump, a female Trump. Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Did you like that movie? I don't need to see that.
It was.
I don't need to see a comedy about telling me the importance of global warming. It's just not gonna. Because that's what it was, right?
Yeah, but they used a comet.
Right.
Basically, like Leo, who was a huge Leo DiCaprio.
Right.
El DiCap, as I like to call him. I'd never call him that. He's the global warming guy.
Right.
And he
like I saw the preview and I felt like I saw it. I was like, okay, I get it.
You did, yeah. He was like, they're trying to tell everybody about this comet coming down.
Right.
And then the president, like the presidency is like, no, there's no comet. Don't worry, we're trying. And then there's like they have like this Elon Musk, Steve Jobs hybrid who's like trying to launch. It's all about money. It's all backwards. Everything's I don't know. What do we got going on, Captain?
Fire's not doing too hot anymore.
It's not, but it feels nice, dude.
Can I tell you a little bit about it's been
I've been doing a lot of talking. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I feel like I don't know how to get into it. I got new neighbors here.
Oh, dude. That's so do tell.
All right. These new neighbors moved in probably a month or two ago. And they're just kind of I need your help with
they're
this.
Attached to this duplex right here?
Yes, they're right there.
So
I've got one neighbor that I need to.
You guys share a wall.
We share a wall.
Oh, you want me to take care of them? Is that what you're saying?
Kind of, dude. I've
been waiting for this.
I feel like
this is the work I need to be doing. This is what I'm built to do.
Well, here's the situation.
Oh, I'm so
excited. I feel like on a
everything I said was so boring compared to this.
No, on a grander scheme, I feel like because I'm just is pushover the right word?
Passive is the right word.
Passive.
Because a pushover to me is a bitch. You're not a bitch.
Well, I'm getting there. At some point, I need to grab my nuts and start defending my. Yeah, I just don't like confrontation. Dude, I just hope that everything can roll smoothly and I don't have to deal with.
I was like that for a long time.
Yeah.
But you just
maybe kicked it out of you.
You learn how to diffuse it.
Right.
That's the thing. Like confrontation can go two ways, or one of two ways. It can be a diffused situation, or you can elevate it really quick by the way you handle it. Like you need to know who if you're dealing with an angry person, you need to be calm.
Right. See, that's what I think about so much. I try to take the time to assess the situation. What do I want out of this situation, and what is the best way to get what I want?
This is how you do it. Anytime you need to deal with a situation, you talk to the person about what's wrong and what needs to be changed.
Right.
And you just say it as a person. You say it very politely.
Yeah.
Their reaction shows you how you need to react to that. Like if they turn it up like, hey man, like you're crossing the line, then you need to be like, look man, then you need to turn it up. I don't know. You gotta have these set. You gotta know it's gonna go two ways, and you gotta realize that like if they're passive and they're like, then you need to be a little firm with them. But if they get aggressive, you need to stay calm.
Yeah.
Because two negatives don't always make a positive.
Well, here I'll explain more about the situation, and maybe it's getting better. It has gotten better, but basically. And I can't be too loud because they're probably over there listening right now. Maybe they listen to us do the podcast every week. They have a cup against the wall and they just tune in live.
You could just subscribe.
But basically the situation is ever since they moved in, they just have different lifestyles.
Man and a woman?
Well, initially when I had met the girl moving in, she said, it's just me moving in. my boyfriend's going to be here every now and then, probably here a lot. But he's been here and never left. So they both live here. And when I first met him, he's like, oh, I just moved in. And I was like, huh, that's kind of weird.
What age are we thinking?
I thought they were my age or maybe a little older. Done some research, found out that they're 23, 24.
Okay. Younger couple.
So, this is getting smoky. It'll light back up. They just have different lifestyles than us. Everybody in this neighborhood is families and stuff. Grayson and I, we go to bed early. We don't cause a lot of ruckus. You know, we don't have people over.
You're
but
the
they're
dream tenants.
Yes. And they are maybe freshly out of college or something like that. They have friends over all the time. They're from the area here.
No.
I don't know what they do for work. They literally just stay home all day, smoke weed, and sleep/watch cartoons. Then as nighttime approaches, they stay up from like 8 p.m. to like 6 a.m.
Oh, no.
It's fucking weird. It's like, I guess you didn't go to college, but it's like you'd see these kind of people in college that just wear their pajamas all day, you know, bongs on the table, just they're living that lifestyle.
Disgusting to me.
Yeah.
Dude,
that part of it just grosses me out. But I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you got to do. Just don't wake me up at 2 in the morning.
So that was the issue. They're waking you up.
Yes.
Commonly?
It was happening a couple times every so often. You know, cars would pull up at 10 p.m. on a Tuesday, and we're like, wait, what the fuck's going on? And so we're like, okay, we got to do something.
And they're so close.
They're so close.
It's like,
and these are thin walls too. I don't know.
I mean, driveway.
That's the only thing that matters to me is if I'm sleeping and I get woken up to people talking.
And you know what? You know what is a real concern about addressing it is the movie Neighbors, where you don't know what type of people they are, and because I'm realizing more and more there are just some people. The other day, I'm turning into this driveway, and I'm not sorry to derail your story. We're getting back to this, but I'm turning into a driveway, and this guy's turning out, and he was in the wrong. He's way on my side of the driveway, and I come in, and he honks at me, and I drive up, and I stop, and I put down my window, and I'm like, "What's the problem?" He's like, "What, bitch?" That's the first thing he says is, "What, bitch?" Like his girl's sitting right next to him. This guy's like a older dude smoking a cigarette. And that is how people talk. I'm just like, what's the problem, man? Like, everything cool? I'm just trying to get in. Just trying to make sure we're cool here. And his reaction is calling me a bitch, to another human being. So there really is there are people that just aren't reasonable.
No, and they look forward to it, and that's what maybe their job sucks.
Oh yeah, shaking it up. They love stirring the pot.
It's like their form of adrenaline. That's
so
riding a motorcycle.
It's like you never know. You go over there, and then they're like, "Oh fuck these guys. We've been respectful. We've been they're in their heads."
Right, and we're so close. It's basically like sharing a house with someone.
It is.
It's like
it is. You can hear their flushes.
Right, and these are just the two units. It's not like we're in an apartment complex where they're just one of the neighbors.
Yeah.
It's like
it's intimate.
It's personal. It's intimate. This is like a marriage.
I'm trying to think if I've ever lived in a duplex.
So Grayson and I were like, all right, we got to do something. How do we handle this?
Well, first thing is you go over there and talk to them.
Right.
You go over there and be like, hey man,
do you talk to them when it's happening? At 2 in the morning.
I would say the next time it happens.
Well, I got more to say with this story. We have talked to them since.
Oh,
it's developed. That's why I was saying this all happened probably a week ago or something.
Oh, so go on.
So then, the big kabang was we wake up in the middle of the night. Not even the middle of the night, 4 in the morning. The two of them. They had friends over earlier or something. I think it was fine. But the two of them are yelling at each other, fuck you, bitch, you fucking fuck you, all this shit. And I'm like, whoa.
I'll say this right away. That now we know who we're dealing with.
Right.
I've never talked to a woman like that.
Yes.
Ever. And in my head I have. It's great. And I'm not even a guy with that great of self-control. It's crazy when I hear someone talking, screaming at their girl and calling them a bitch.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And then it all happened super quick, and they were in the backyard, which is connected to our room right there. And we heard some like shit break or whatever, and we're like, oh shit, do we got to call the cops or like what do we do here? And she's crying, like they're screaming at each other. He storms out, gets in his car. She chases after him and like almost gets like run over. She almost like got run over by him speeding out of here. I don't know what the situation was.
And are you and Grayson are just...
We're looking out the window right here.
Blinders.
And we're like, wait, what do we do? And she's like crying or whatever. And we're like, all right, we should go over and like talk to her and see if she's okay crying or whatever. Yeah. So we go over and I'm standing there like ready to knock on the door. Because there's part of me that just doesn't even want to deal with even at that point. But I'm like, all right, we got to do something. And right as I'm about to knock on the door, she opens the door. And
then you're just standing there like this.
There like
you probably scared the shit out of her.
I scared the shit out of her. She's like, ah. And I was like, oh, we're about to knock on the door. Like, is everything okay? You know, we heard some shouting and stuff. And she takes the whole side of like, it's my fault. I did some whatever. And and that all bums me out too. Yeah. And she's like, we're just drunk and, you know, it's not like this or whatever. And I was like, here's my number. Now we have each other's numbers, which we should have had initially. You know, text us if anything happens or whatever. She was very apologetic and then texted that it wasn't going to be like that and they were going to be better about things. Couple days later.
Oh, I was hoping that was the end, dude. No.
Dude, and it sucks. And then he just came back and he's still there and you know that that's in him. And it's like, it just feels weird when your home is next to this.
It's like when your dog bites someone.
Yeah.
Like you know he's capable of it.
It all grosses me out. I wish they would have broken up. I wish they would have died or I don't know what I wished. I just wanted them to go away.
Well, wait, has it happened again?
So then a few days later, it calmed down for a little, and they were like buddy the next day, like having a picnic in the backyard, which weirds me out too, because they were just screaming at each other, and he was breaking shit.
You guys share a backyard?
It's their backyard, but our room is like up against it.
Is your window to it?
Yeah.
Ah, ew.
It's all
icky.
The situation is just getting weird, and then they had some friends over, and I'm like, okay, now I have their number. So it feels a little weird it feels better than interrupting the party or whatever, which I should feel fine about doing. It's a normal thing to go knock on the door. Can you guys keep it down? But I can't grab my nuts. So
you know what you should grab?
What?
A pistol, because this is Texas, dude. I'm telling you, if you just had a gun,
and I would kill him,
but not kill him, but like that's the thing, dude. It can
Wound
be. It can be. I'm telling you. With a couple college kids, it doesn't even have to be loaded, Niko.
Yeah.
You just have to have it in your hand.
That's the thing, too. These guys are younger than me. Why do I feel any intimidation by these fucking little rats?
What do they look like? What are you intimidated of?
I mean, the guy has a big beard.
That's compensation, dude.
Yeah.
A guy like you doesn't need a beard.
Right.
See how I looked down at your crotch when I said that?
So
I didn't like that. I didn't like that, Niko. I'm sorry I did that to you right there.
That's okay. I'm trying to move past it.
But I know. Yeah. No, you're packing heat. But
so they had some friends over. I texted. I'm like, hey, it's a little loud over there. Do you mind keeping it down? She's like, yeah, I'm so sorry or whatever. And was apologetic. I ran into the guy and he was like, hey, we're sorry we've been loud. You know, it's been a tough move. I know you guys heard some things the other night. The two of us are fine. It's a fine relationship. I know you heard. He tried to like brush it off like the commotion was like not him and his girl fighting. Because I take it he was a little embarrassed.
My instinct there is like, if I would like, if that was an isolated incident, I wouldn't feel the need to do that. Like if I did it one time, I'd be like, fuck, that's not me. Move on. But if you know that's who you are, I feel like maybe you got to go over and be like, I'm sorry you guys heard that. Everything's fine. Like he's covering for his fuck that guy, dude. I don't like
No, and he said something that kind of made me, he's like, thanks for like not calling the cops and just coming out to, I was like, I never said anything about the cops. If you're bringing up the cops.
Did you say that to him?
No, I didn't say that.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yes. So what do I do? So they've been quiet the last few days.
You want me to do some reconnaissance?
What is that?
Investigating. I could be in their house at 4 a.m. They'll never know. I'll get. I don't know what I'll collect. Nothing creepy, but like just see their pattern, see what they're doing. They'll be up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't know.
What about blackmail? Should we take like now that I'm watching the Pam and Tommy thing, do you want to blackmail them? Should I get something? There's some they got skeletons in there.
Right. Dude, that's the other thing too. I'm like, what are they doing? Are they OnlyFansing? Are they selling drugs? Like they literally just stay home.
She never leaves.
She'll leave sometime. I thought she worked at like a bar or something. Like
she probably works remote.
No, I mean, now we're getting into dicey.
She's maybe is a college student, but like online classes.
I think she's going to college or something like that. But I don't know how they afford this place because he literally like never
mom
leaves.
and pop.
He only leaves to walk outside to get the Uber Eats off the fucking.
Yeah, I assume most people's parents put them up.
But this is expensive rent. They're probably paying like.
But like, look at this area.
Yeah.
What if they're from here? I mean, I'm sure, dude. Like, so
they must be rich though to get
I'll
a
tell you,
2-bedroom.
I routinely miss the right turn.
Uh-huh.
To this street, so I always have to take the next turn. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just tricky, but I blow by it every time. And this street parallel to you is nothing but castles.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. And then we're in a duplex, like right on the other side.
Yeah, we just got a lucky little thing, or unlucky with our new neighbors.
Well, I don't know, dude.
But moving forward, if they have parties or things like that, I just gotta. How do I? I contact the property?
Yeah,
owner?
You don't go to the cops. That's a rat move.
Yeah,
unless your property starts to get damaged or your life feels threatened.
Or, sorry, the air turned on. Should I turn it off? It's fine.
Do you want to? Is it gonna? I don't know.
No, it's fine.
Is it gonna be in your head?
No. It's good.
I don't care.
I was thinking about the audio, but it doesn't.
No.
Should I? When I heard that commotion, them screaming at each other, is that a time where? Because I didn't know if they were hitting each other or what.
That is a time where you walk over there and enforce. But like that's where like I don't want to say a gun, but like, can you physically defend yourself?
Yeah, I could kick this guy's ass.
You can. You would whoop him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to fight, but I mean, he's Stoner Bong guy. Like I could kick Stoner Bong
just
guy.
Maybe
drunk
walk over
guy.
There, just maybe walk over there with a baseball bat or something, and just be like, because if I heard
scare him,
if I heard,
keep it the fuck down.
Well, like you storm in as like to defend her is what I'm saying. Like, what's going on? I'm hearing a girl screaming and loud noises. You need to get out of here, or I will call the cops.
Yeah.
And
that would have been so hot.
And you have Grayson with the phone ready to go.
Yeah.
In a safe distance.
Yeah.
Behind the door.
Yeah, I should have done that.
But that's what I would do. And just know though, you got to be ready to scrap.
Right.
That's another thing that like.
I need a scrapping, dude.
Yeah. Well, do not get your ass kicked in front of your girl.
Ooh.
Do not.
Ooh.
So do not.
But that's the tough thing is like, I don't think they have a gun, but you never know. Like if I walk in baseball bat, maybe I just get shot in the head.
Heroic though, dude. What a legacy.
Yeah.
What a legacy.
Yeah, maybe this is the end for me. This is the final chapter.
Dude, I think, yeah, man.
But how do I handle it moving forward? Should I contact my landlord?
Moving forward,
and let her know that it's been a little crazy. Things have been calm for the last couple days. And they actually texted us. They do take the approach that they're really sorry. She texted me the other day, hey, we're having a couple friends over. Let us know if we're being too loud.
The beauty is if they're feeling embarrassed, like you were saying, then like they don't want it to keep happening. Like if you guys are cool about it, you got to think if you were a 22-year-old kid and your neighbor came over there like bop bop bop, hey man, like I can't fucking sleep. You guys don't shut the hell up. Like what the fuck? Like, then they're going to be like, dude, that guy's an asshole.
Right.
Like, we didn't know we were keeping him up. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You've done it very cool, and they've pulled back a little.
Yeah.
The respect isn't fully there because they're kids probably.
Yeah.
But, like, they at least are like, oh, shit, we're being loud. Like, that's like, and they're more embarrassed than they are feeling like they're disrespecting you.
Yeah.
But whatever the
she's embarrassed too, but like they're both embarrassed by the whole thing.
Yeah, man.
Which is weird.
It's very embarrassing to hear. And then, like, they know in the back of their heads, say the two of them are walking up the driveway and the two of you are leaving, they're going to think, like, oh, they know we suck.
Yeah. And I wanted to go over and tell their friends when they come over, like, you guys know that this guy's a fucking lunatic, like, breaking shit and yelling, fuck you. And I think he poured water on her or some shit like that.
Wait, you saw that?
No, I heard him say something about like, oh, like something like, oh, what, you're crying? It's just water or something like that. And it sounded like he poured water on her. I don't know. It's gross. It bums me all
also,
out.
dude, if shit gets out of hand
Yeah.
and you want some backup, dude,
Call you up.
anytime.
4 a.m.?
I lit. Are you kidding me, dude?
Will you bring Roy?
Of course I'll bring. Dude, I will.
Will Roy get...
Dude,
will he get after
Roy
it?
is protective of me, and
Yeah.
Roy is very protective of women. Like he loves.
Ladies,
He's like,
man.
He's so gentle
Mhm.
around women, like loves women, and like. I know if someone broke into my house that he didn't know, like he would. I've never seen him bite or attack, but if you see my dog, he's a big dog. He will bark and scare the shit out of someone.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, this is a situation you got here.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep the viewers as things develop. We'll let you guys know. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with. But I do think with this whole thing of like, the other night when we were talking about bumping and all this comedy business where people are stepping on each other or taking more than they should and being disrespectful, I really feel like God is testing me. Like, hey, you need to sack up. Because there's been so many situations lately. I went to a concert with Grayson the other night, week ago. I think it was last Saturday.
It was the day we paddleboarded.
Right.
Yeah.
We went to the Claro concert, and we're sitting in seats. Do you know Claro at all?
Yeah.
She's a young pop singer, whatever. Her fan base is prime areas 14 to 18 or so. I don't know. But we're sitting up in seats, and directly next to us is two little teeny boppers, like 13, 14.
Teeny boppers.
What is a teeny bopper?
I don't know. I like that term. It's a funny term.
And you would have thought we were at, the Beatles in 1965.
Girls are pulling their hair.
Or Justin Bieber in 2008. These girls were screaming bloody murder the whole time.
I do want to say Biebs was smooth in 2008. Dude, he would bring like a girl. He'd bring like an 18-year-old girl up on stage and sing to her and just swoon her.
It's hilarious.
Shout out to Biebs, dude.
But if you go to something like that, you expect that. But those people need to be on the GA level. We were up with like all the adults and stuff.
In the box seats.
I mean, it was at ACL Live, a little
Is that an
theater.
amphitheater? Is it inside?
It's an indoor theater. It's nice. We had good. Every seat was good there.
Yeah.
It's cool. But people love to go to concerts now and bring posters, throw flowers. Like everybody up in the front row and stuff is just like, they want to be involved. They're like, take a picture with me. Like, here's my phone. Like, we had to stop to sing happy birthday to somebody in the crowd. Like, it's just, I don't know. Everybody's so self-involved. But these people next to us were literally screaming the whole time to where, and like, yeah, it was super annoying, fucking swaying like in my way and stuff. And I just couldn't say shit.
That's
I didn't know what to do.
honestly, that specific situation is tough because you're going to tell someone who just spent money to come to a concert.
And we're at a concert.
that, like that could be like
Recording the whole time.
That could be like, dude, they could turn that on you. Like you're being a fucking stiff, dude. Like,
And they were 14 too. Like I was there was no me look like.
no, no, dude, I would have stomached that one too. There's some situations where you want to say something, but you necessarily shouldn't because like they're just
everyone around had the same feel. Everyone was like looking over.
Yeah.
And
that's when you can get passive aggressive. You like, oh, okay, come on.
I know. I was looking over to try to be passive aggressive, and this was my biggest bitch moment. Was one of the friends was like, he keeps looking over at you or something. She's like, I don't give a fuck, fucking bitch, or something like that.
To you?
No, to her.
But about you.
But about me.
Yeah, I mean, and these 14, these 14-year-olds are savages,
dude. They are so comfortable. Like
I'm the most intimidated by teenagers,
and I could tell by their personality or who they were and how comfortable they were that like, if I were to do some confrontation, they could like elevate it. Like I just saw seeing into the future.
Call you like a narc or something, and then it's like
or just like
no, guys, I'm not.
Leave me alone. Yeah. Just scream that. And
he's
be
not
there.
My dad.
Something like. I just saw it turning bad. So that was another situation where I just ate my shorts.
Yeah, I mean, that one, dude, I think you're good for that. Don't get hard on yourself about that one, dude. I wouldn't have done anything either. I'm not up, dude. I'm like new to the confrontation game. Like for a long time I hated it, but now I just like you realize the only thing that I think you should ever be confrontational about is if somebody else is getting like bullied or something and can't defend themselves, or if you are personally getting fucked. If somebody is like fucking you over, you need to say something. But like in this situation, a couple of 14-year-olds, it's just annoying. It's not a personal attack. Yeah. It's just annoying. But like
this is like baseball. Like we're sitting right next to each other and literally just screaming in my ear
those
the
people
whole time.
Are assholes. Yeah. And karma will get them.
Yeah. What I think I should have done is maybe I could have went to like an usher or something and be like, hey, can we move somewhere else? And maybe they could have helped us out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well.
I had that done to me at a hockey game.
Yeah.
I was at me and my buddy Brimmy. Shouts to Brim. We were stationed in San Antonio. I just got orders to Japan, so like he treated me to a game, Blackhawks, Dallas Stars, NHL in Dallas. So we drove down there, and like I lost a bet. He's a huge Blackhawks fan. I lost a bet to him, so I had to wear a Blackhawks jersey with him. So at this point, when you don't have a dog in the fight, it's fun to pick a team.
Yeah.
And we picked the Blackhawks, the visiting team, and like Dallas is a soft crowd, dude. We were coming at them, screaming and stuff like this, and then out of nowhere, an usher comes up to us and like, "Hey, you guys are going a little too hard on the fans. People are getting their feelings hurt. Like, dude, this is a hockey game. What do we do? They're fighting. They're punching each other in the face out there."
Yeah.
Which reminds me, are you? Anything else about the neighbors before we move on?
No.
I do think I'm a bad neighbor, not at that extent, but like because I'm not up late or anything. But I realize
Roy barking.
Roy doesn't bark. He barks a little when I leave, but then he stops when I live in a studio, and it's tight, and the wall, so it's like someone above me, someone on both sides, and sometimes my window's open, and I sing, dude, and I sing hard. It'll be like during the day. I do. I sing hard, like in the shower, like just walking around.
Acapella, or you got a track?
I'll be going over. Sometimes I'll be going over like a bit.
Yeah.
That's like I haven't worked it out. It's still a little offensive or something. I'm like saying it. And my window's open. I'll see people walk by, and like they're hearing this. Yeah. It's like if someone's on the other side of this window right now, it's open. It's like a conversation, and I'm saying crazy shit. Yeah. So people, I don't think I'm a bad neighbor, but people think I'm a little loony for sure.
Dude, I just think, and I looked into this a little bit. There's daytime hours, or there's noise making time hours.
Yeah.
If you fall in between whatever it is, now 8 a.m. and 8 p.m.
Yeah. Now
go for it.
Now if you come over to my studio at 2 p.m. and say, "Hey, man, you just woke me up. Go fuck yourself."
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Go fuck yourself.
If they're having day parties all day, I don't feel any reason I can complain.
No, but we are not nocturnal creatures.
Right. As a society, we've accepted that 3 a.m. on a Tuesday morning is not the appropriate time to be partying.
It is closer to where I live. Like if you move closer to the city, go nuts.
Right. We're out here in the neighborhoods. There's little kids.
We're out in the burbs, dude.
Yeah,
this is hill country.
This is hill country.
This is hill country, man. Respect it.
Yeah.
Respect the HC, and they're not respecting it, Niko.
Right.
And I need
to put my foot down.
You need to put your foot down. You need to go over there with you need to do old school, like a pitchfork. You need to go over there like you're about to take out an ogre and just be like, "Listen, you've come to our village. We accepted you, but you're not pulling your weight around here. Let's be honest. There's been no gathering, no hunting, nothing. Yeah. And it feels like we're getting pillaged. Yeah. It feels a lot like we're getting pillaged."
I kind of do like the angle of taking it crazy. Like when somebody goes crazy, just up it to like
you go over
they
there,
look at me like you're crazy.
Go over there with a buzz razor, like an electric razor. You go over there and you look them right in the eye and you take out a chunk of your hair. You don't break eye contact. You do not break eye contact. You take out a chunk in your hair, and then you just drop it down by your side and you lean forward a little and you just say, "You don't want to see what happens next." And then you back up. You don't turn around. You back up into your house. Do not break eye contact. That is very important. Yeah. You don't break eye contact. You go around to reach for. Now you're breaking eye contact. You go around to reach for the door, and you turn around one more time, and you just say, "I'm always watching." and I'm telling you, your problems are solved.
Yeah. I got to do something crazy.
And by no means do you clean up that hair in the morning. You leave it there. You let the wind take care of it. You do not feel. It's a little littery. I get it, but you leave it.
Yeah, I need to go crazy.
Insane.
I need to
paint one of your nipples right in front of them. Yeah. Sit lay out start laying out on the driveway. Yeah. In like a Speedo.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You're too normal.
Right.
You're too normal.
I got to go a little mental on it.
Yeah.
I gotta go over and start like bawling, crying like a mental patient. Like the
You know-
noise is too loud.
Yeah, you know those old like stickers of the little kid pissing on what you don't like? Like Yankees fans will have like a
Oh, yeah,
Red
Calvin
Sox.
and Hobbes.
Yeah, the Calvin guy. You need to get that, but
Yeah.
just like their names and put it on their car.
Yeah, I've always felt like the best way to engage in like before you fight is to like beat yourself up first. I think maybe there's some movie like that or something, like, you know, we're about to go and I just fucking sock myself in the face and I'm ready. You know, don't fuck with this guy. He's wild.
I feel like that was a Hey Arnold episode back in the day. Like he was dealing with some like bullies and like he just started dancing and like went crazy. That for sure happened.
Yeah.
Dude, to the hotel that I work at,
Yeah.
that costs $1 million to stay at, and it's
Yeah.
probably $1 billion to build, that Elon Musk lives at, right outside around 11:13 a.m. every day. These two homeless guys meet up to beat the fucking piss out of each other, dude.
No.
Oh, dude. Bro, routine. They have it planned. This is part of their schedule. They meet up right on the corner where I'm standing. I'm like, here we fucking go, dude. And they just throw haymakers, and every single one connects. You can't do anything. I'm not gonna get in the middle of this, and I'm not gonna call the cops either. I'm gonna let them hash it out like men, dude.
I mean, that's just the nature of the beast.
There's a law in Washington. I forgot what the term is, but like you can like
square up,
and like you need to find a cop to be a referee and be like, hey, we have a problem, we have a dispute.
It's like a hockey.
No, for real, that's a law. That's not. I'm not making this up.
fisticuffs.
And you and I could just beat the shit out of each other, and a cop. All right, he's had enough. You know, Niko, get off him. You beat the fuck out of him.
I like that.
But these two guys, dude, and I'm telling you, like they wind up. You could see it coming from a mile. They telegraph these punches. I don't know how. They don't think zero defense, which I kind of fuck with. Head down like a rhino.
Right.
And they're just they wind up. One of the guys does one of this sometimes. He winds up and just throws that hook, and the guy just eats it. Kind of like discombobulates him for a second, and then the other guy is like, it's like your turn. It's like a very respectful thing.
I like that, dude.
And then they get gassed really quick, like 2 punches, and then they're hosed.
Yeah.
They'll sit down for a second, like look at each other, like cuss at each other, like you motherfucker, like they're like cussing. Take a breath. Every time they exchange, one of their shirts gets a little ripped. So like. It's like in between that you just start to see the rips happen.
Dude.
It's just incredible. I don't know what to do about it. I'm not saying it's for my entertainment. I'm not the one arranging this.
Is this really happening?
Dude, this happened 3 days in a row.
Really?
Yeah, I'm to the point where like I'm gonna start taking bets. Like I might start like just being a bookie.
I mean, can you start filming them? Can we get some content out
I
there?
will film it next time.
Yeah.
But then am I that guy? I don't want to be the guy that's I'm not gonna.
No, just get it from afar a little bit. You know,
Okay.
like zoom in.
Yeah.
And just so you can see. I just want to see how.
I want to go up there and be like, hey, I want a fair fight. All right. Like
Yeah.
I just want to referee. Like we're gonna let this happen.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna like block off the area. Like guys,
Right.
give them some space. Give them some space.
Yeah. I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, this is
No.
their culture. You know, who are we to judge?
Yeah, but no, man. I just can't believe how they connect on every punch.
I love that.
It's like they're masochists. Like
Mhm.
they're there to get hit. Like it's like they couldn't pick up meth that day, so it's like they're meeting up to feel something.
Oh yeah.
That's how I take it.
Yeah, I love that.
And like, what could you possibly be beefing over?
That's what I was thinking. What are they?
I bet,
Somebody took somebody's tent.
dude, homeless beef. Okay, so for the people that don't know and just think that we're heartless beings talking about people that are less fortunate, it's not necessarily the case.
Did we say anything bad?
No, I'm just saying, like, we're just talking about home. No, we did. We have not yet.
Yeah, I think.
But
we
I
did.
might moving
I think we're
forward.
appreciating, if anything else.
What I'm saying is like, dude, living in a city,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like living in Valencia. You see a homeless person, you feel very, very bad because that's not the case.
Mhm.
It doesn't happen there. Here, it's so in your face and so prevalent, and they're mean and they try to milk you for everything. Dude, I'm grinding, man. I'm working so hard. I'm broke as shit.
Right.
I'm barely feeding my dog here.
Right.
And there's this parking lot I park in every single time I go downtown. You do not have to pay. But lately, this one guy, every time I scan the lot, I don't see him. I park and he arises from the ashes, bro. Like every time, right when I'm getting out of my car, he just pops out of nowhere and like tries to direct my car. I'm like, no, dude. I tell him I'm a cop. I'm like, I know you don't work here. I'm a cop. Get away from me. He's like, oh, I don't want no trouble. And then he walks away. But like every time, that's all you have to say, by the way, is tell him you're a cop.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm a cop. I know you don't work here. Stop. That's what I do now.
Dude, they almost got me when it's funny how you learn the tricks of the trade.
Well, they'll put on the little vest.
Right.
And then, then you just think they're official. They just put on the little green vest, the little light up vest.
Yeah.
And then hey, look, man, but then they'll act like I'm going to protect your car. You're not going to do shit if someone comes up to my car to break in.
Right.
You're going to let it happen.
Yeah.
And one guy, he's like, "Oh, you going to get towed then?" It's like, "You're going to tow me?" Or are you going, what?
Yeah.
Let me
start with
whip
all
out
these
your
cars.
phone and show me the tow truck's number. Like, come on. What are we doing, man?
Yeah. And I mean, Austin, it's a good spot. I mean, if you're gonna be homeless somewhere, it's a good spot.
They make a killing here.
Yeah, they make a killing.
They make a killing here.
There's some good spots to hang out at. Obviously, I don't want to be homeless, but people are doing it. I think some people like it. It's a lifestyle.
Top 3 places to be homeless. One's got to be what, San Diego?
Yeah, you got to go SoCal.
Maybe San Diego, I think, could get a little too chilly.
Really?
In December?
Yeah, but I mean, it gets chilly here in December.
I guess that's the warmest you're gonna get.
Yeah,
December,
that's the warmest you're gonna get.
Unless you go to Phoenix.
Yeah.
You don't want to be homeless in Phoenix though. It's too much.
The summer.
Yeah, you can't even lay down on the sidewalk without burning your skin.
Dude, I remember being nighttime in Phoenix and it being 104 degrees.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
that was like Dubai, dude. That was like the Middle East. It's intense.
I mean, I don't know if they do this, but I don't know why you wouldn't be homeless and just migrate a little bit. Get the best
Supertramp, dude. Alexander Supertramp.
San Diego in the summer, then maybe,
no, you would want to do San Diego in the winter.
And
then you go like Montana in the summer, somewhere cool.
Where travel around. Yeah. It seems kind of fun just to live, train hopping. You ever did a little bit of train hopping?
Have you seen David Cho's series? I think it's called Discovering America, where he just hitchhikes and train hops.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's awesome. Are you aware of David Cho?
Yeah, I've watched him on Joe Rogan a couple times, and I remember him saying about hitchhiking how like people would unload their secrets.
Dude, watch the series on YouTube. It's awesome, man.
I want to do it,
dude. I think maybe I talked to you early on, but I love the idea of a road trip podcast, like Discovering America is his title, but literally like doing something like that, which he kind of did.
Make a little fire in the back seat for us.
Yeah,
as we're driving around.
Man, something unique. I don't know.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, I don't even know what I was talking about. I'm all over the place today. Morning's a different vibe.
Morning is a different vibe.
Morning's a different vibe, and I don't hate it. But
yeah, I don't hate it.
I'm a little rambly today.
You got anything else that you wanted to talk about?
I don't even know, dude.
I feel like I had so many notes on here, but they're all just like my life being bummed out, like my neighbors, concert ladies. I had another interaction that kind of bummed me out, and maybe I shouldn't even be sharing things that bummed me out, but we'll clip it. We'll cut it out.
Let's hear it.
I had a conversation with one of my friends from college that I hadn't talked to in a while.
Are you going to cry? Because I'm not ready for that.
No, I'm not going to cry.
Okay, cool.
But it was just like, okay, so let me just say what happened. I was calling, and this is a girlfriend, a friend that's a girl, right? And she's got a boyfriend, and we're talking or whatever, and then I'm like, oh, say what's up to your boyfriend. They're a little bit older than me, too. So, yeah, maybe it seems like a weird relationship or something like that. But he's like, I'm like, hey, say what's up to your boyfriend. The two of them are together. He's like, hey, he hops on the phone real quick. He's like, I got a bone to pick with you. And I know this guy. He's like, I was listening to your podcast and you stopped saying the N-word. And I'm like, what? I didn't say the N-word on my podcast. And he's like, yeah, you did. Like, and I was like, what episode? He's like, oh, I don't know. There's some white girl on there or something like that. And I'm thinking back, I'm like, that didn't happen. And I was like, send me. He's like, it doesn't matter, dude. Just stop saying it or whatever.
No, you don't get to
I know. That's what I like. You don't get to just accuse me of something and not, tell me what it is. I'm like, send me the clip. Like, I can't do anything about this. And he was just trying to brush it off. And it just bummed me out, the whole situation. Then we moved on or whatever. But I was like, seriously, like, if there's a clip out there. And so I go back after this and I'm like digging through. I've only had a couple white girls on my podcast. I think I found the clip. We're talking about the N-word. I don't say it, but I talk about doing a bit, and I'll show you the clip later. So maybe he just misinterpreted it or something. I don't know what the situation was.
See, that's a big issue with what what comedy is. It's like people. My Kill Tony set made some people in my life unhappy.
Right, yeah.
And it's like they just hear these words, these trigger words, and then do not listen to the rest of what you have to say.
Yeah.
At all. And so like it's like that's not cool. And then you're accusing me.
Yeah.
But you're not going to you're not going to help me out on it.
Right. It was a weird thing. I was like thinking about
saying the N-word. There's a clip of you on the internet saying the N-word. If that's true, can you tell me so I can investigate this? Because I don't say that word.
That's what I was trying to say. And I was like, seriously, like, you know, it'd mean a lot to me if you go back and find wherever that is, because I'm not going to stop thinking about it. They're like, yeah, okay, we will. But we haven't talked since.
And like,
so,
dude, my big issue is like someone that you consider a friend. It's like, you know me.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about like the people that were like disturbed with my jokes. It's like, wait a minute, but you know me.
Right.
And you've said that you valued my friendship, and you said that you think I'm a good guy.
Right.
And then now I say something that you don't like, and that's gone.
Is that a sign of the times, or is everyone just at a point?
To me, that's a sign of the person.
Okay.
Like, if that's how you are,
where
it's like, if I don't line up with everything, then I can't be in.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good, man. And like, also,
that's what I got to tell myself too. It's like it reinforced just like you can't please
so
everybody.
so much virtual signaling. Like, I'll say this. Is this guy black or white?
Hispanic.
He's Hispanic. Okay, so he's speaking on a word that's not directed towards him,
right.
Calls you out on it, and then says, it's no big deal. So then what the hell? It's a big deal to me. It's a big deal to me. Screw this guy, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck, seriously. I'm sorry. He's your friend, whatever. But like, that, like, so one, to brush it off immediately just goes to show you didn't actually care. You didn't actually care. You just thought you got a moment.
This is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, you get a moment to be the big hero and like call someone out. You don't actually care, because when you follow it up with, oh, well, this is a big deal, let's talk about this. No, it's fine. Just don't do it again. Wait, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You just called me out on something that's huge to me.
Right.
And you don't even care?
Right.
And it's also not true?
Yeah.
What the hell? So who are you telling this to? Who's that guy going around saying Niko says the N-word on his podcast?
Right. And I asked the girl I was talking to, and she's like, oh, I haven't seen it. He just told me about it. I was like, what?
Dude, I would really...
But it just, you know, you try to make content or, you know, put yourself out there as an artist or whatever and do this thing and not think, but then you have things like this that bring you back to like, oh yeah, people are watching. I got to watch what I say.
See, like, and I don't know your relationship with this guy, but if like that was someone who I valued, that'd be a phone call. Like, I would call him and be like, no, man, like, this is actually what you said to me.
Yeah.
You don't get to just brush off.
Right.
You don't get to accuse me of saying a word that could ruin my life.
Right.
And then and move on from it. Like,
right.
It's obviously stuck with you.
Yeah.
Damn.
No,
dude.
And this isn't someone super close. Like I said, it's my friend's boyfriend.
Well, then you let it go.
I let it go and I move on. But it just, you know, this episode was months ago, and I was like, there are other people out there who probably see some shit of mine and have these thoughts.
Dude, another thing, though, like months ago.
Yeah, why didn't you reach out
and you're just saying it when I'm on the phone and it's convenient? Like, this guy doesn't care at all.
Right.
It didn't actually offend him. He doesn't actually care that you were saying it. Because if he did, it would have been like immediately he would have called you out on it.
Right.
But no, like, God, dude, what a douche. What a douche fluke. What a douchebag.
Yeah.
This is me saying that, pal, not Niko.
But this is the road. I mean, you got to be able, especially if you're saying things that are on the edge or whatever, like, it's just going to keep happening. You know, live, you'll have to deal with people in person that get offended by stuff. And
hey, Louis C.K. said getting canceled is the best thing you can do as a comedian. So I don't necessarily want that to happen.
No. But really, I mean, to really dive into yourself or do truly what you want to do and not think about other people as much, like getting as far away from that in your head is like I think living in Austin, it's way easier for me to do comedy than if I lived back home.
Yeah. And
my friends were stopping by to come watch. Like,
yeah,
just getting away from everything and being able to be yourself.
You're a brand new person here. Niko Jordan in Austin started the day you moved here.
Yeah.
And you build your legacy from that point on. Everything else doesn't matter. To you, it will always. And don't forget about the past and stuff. But I'm saying, like, that's why, like, people always want to ask, like, about your past and stuff. And, or, like, people want to know about the military, for me. People want to know stories and stuff. And it's like, but I'm done with that.
Yeah.
And I can, it's in me. It's with me. I don't necessarily need to talk about it, especially with you. If I want to talk about it, and I don't mean you specifically, I mean in this example. Like, if I want to talk about military shit, I'm going to do that with the people that I did it with.
Right.
You know? So.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, I was thinking about this is something that, like, working at this hotel job is, like, people always ask you what you're doing for a living. Mm-hmm. No one ever asks you what you're living for. I was thinking about that because, like, if somebody asked me right now, what do I do for a living? That's not a fun answer.
Yeah.
But if you ask, like, what am I living for? I could tell you that. I could tell you what this is all about, what I'm doing, what the goal is. But everyone wants to know what you're doing now, and they judge you from that. Like,
right.
Oh, you're a substitute teacher.
Right.
But no, I'm a substitute teacher because I'm chasing a huge dream right now that you can't even fathom.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Yeah,
Also,
I've tried to. Well, how do you change that in terms of asking somebody, like, you just met someone? What's the way you should ask instead?
So, like, what? Like, I guess you start, like,
what do you like to do, like, for fun?
Yeah, what do you like to do? Or what do you do? Like,
yeah.
What do you do? Like, do you have? I don't know. Like, what's your job is different than, like, what do you do for a living, or, like, I don't know.
Yeah, you can just answer differently, I guess.
Yeah, you can just answer differently, but it's
you can include it in the whole thing. You can tell the whole story. Like, I'm making money as a valet, but what I'm really hustling on is this comedy stuff.
Yeah, stuff like.
And you are making money doing comedy, so
a little bit.
Yeah.
Are we what? I got a little story just for the sake.
Yeah, hit the story,
if
dude.
we want, because we were talking about the neighbor stuff, dude.
Yeah, give it to me. We'll close out on the story.
And because I said that you want, like, dude, so I never confirmed who this was, but like, all right, when I was living in Virginia Beach in 2000, this must have been 2019, right before I deployed. I had a sweet spot, dude. We called it the Lodge. Me and my boy Mason Wilson, Big Schwilly, shout out to you. I was the best man at his wedding. He'll get it. But we lived in a nice little beach condo. I could see the sand from, like, my porch. It was like, and we lived on the Chesapeake Bay. It was amazing. And I met this girl at a country bar called PBR. It's like the pro bull riding, like, bar, and they have the mechanical bulls. It's like the one that's in California. What's that called? That everyone likes.
Yeah, what is that? It's not Wood Ranch. It's
something like the
Saddle Ranch.
Saddle Ranch, yeah. It's like that, but in Virginia. And met this girl. We hit it off. I got her number. We started hanging out. Things were fine. She got, like, really, really into me, and I just because I wasn't feeling it or whatever, and we broke it off. And then, like 2 weeks later, this girl moves into my condo complex.
Whoa.
Yeah.
She had been to your condo.
She had been to my condo.
Whoa.
We, like, dated for a couple months.
Respect the hustle.
She moves into my condo complex, and then weird things. And I'm just this is detective work. I'm just drawing lines here. I'm connecting dots. But, like, one night, my roommate Mason. I shouldn't say roommate. He's my dear friend Mason was sitting in the living room playing video games. I was in my room, which was the furthest point from the front door, pretty much, and I'm just chilling. I was awake, and someone rings the doorbell, and it's like 1 a.m. And I'm like, what the fuck? So Mason gets up and grabs his gun, and, like, I go to the door, and nothing. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. And someone for sure rang the doorbell. Like, there's no doubt. We both heard it. Like, someone rang the fucking doorbell. And I was so pissed at him because he was right by the door. Someone rings the doorbell. He gets up and goes straight to his room to get the gun. It's like, you need to fucking look out there. See who the fuck is out there. And then go grab the gun. We need to know who the fuck did that. We don't know. They were gone. Next morning, I wake up. There's 2 beer bottles behind my rear tires, and I was, like, pulled forward in, so I would have to reverse over and break the glass, and, like,
whoa.
Like, someone put beer bottles underneath my tires, and I saw it first thing, because your boy's got the Hawkeye, dude. Nothing gets by old Stewie. It's not true.
Would that even work?
I don't think so. I don't know, but it's just it would have made a mess in my parking spot. Right. That was my parking spot, but then 2 or 3 days goes by. I'm like falling asleep. I'm like nodding off. It's like midnight or 1 or 2 late. And Mason is playing video games. And then someone like, instead of ringing, does the bop, 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 does that. And again, I love you, Mason, but this idiot goes straight to his room, grabs the gun. Nobody's there. I'm thinking it's this girl the whole time. Like, and I still don't know. But she was like hitting me up and I was like ignoring her. And like every time I would drive by her, like her condo, she would be looking over the balcony at my, it was so weird and uncomfortable. And like, she had like called me a couple times to come pick her up when she was drunk. And like, it was just weird. And then I couldn't lie if like, and say I wasn't home because like my car was there. It was just it made me so uncomfortable. And that is when I bought my first gun.
Really?
Straight up. That week, I went and bought a pistol.
Yeah.
I got guns issued to me in the military, but I didn't have them at my house.
Did you show it to her?
I never had to, but
Okay.
but like, yeah, that is my neighbor just story. And
So how did it ever?
dude, I was hot on the case.
Yeah.
I started staying up like late and like staking
Fucks
out.
with your whole life.
Yeah, dude, it does. But me, I'm cynical. I loved like a little bit of me. like you were explaining this to me. I'm like, dude, let me stay the next couple nights. I'll get a little setup. I'll set a tent in the backyard. I'll get a laser pointer just to put on his forehead so he thinks that someone's got a sniper on him. But
did you ever ask her?
No.
Did you ever talk to her?
I don't think we ever. After all this, I don't think I ever asked her.
Yeah.
But
Man, that's kind of
it
fun.
it was weird, yeah, man. But
It must have felt good, kind of, to have a crazy lady after you. A little bit. It's like, yeah.
no, I'm over it, dude.
Yeah. But it's funny how people, I don't know, do they think that's going to work? Or what was the end goal? Like, eventually you were going to be like, okay, you've shown me that you truly are committed to this relationship.
No, so like it seems like she was just like, fuck this guy. I don't think she was trying to get me back. I think she was trying
Looking
to,
back, did you fuck her over in any way? Did you?
No, we just
Did you do it? Did you do something? Could you have handled it better?
I will say this: we never like. I don't know. We never had sex.
Just riding bulls.
Me and that girl never had sex.
Yeah.
And maybe she thought that was why I broke up with her. And then I'm just a douchebag.
What?
I
Because
don't
you
know.
didn't have sex with her?
Yeah, she's thinking like, oh, this guy just wants to fuck. She didn't want to yet. Like, she wasn't ready to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah. We were hanging out, but like getting like, and she looked at me. She wanted a boyfriend, and I met her at a bar. So like, that's not what I'm thinking you want. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, I've always been. I've always been pretty. I've tried. Anytime I had to break things off, I try to be very respectful about it.
Yeah.
Problem is sometimes I'm wishy-washy. Like I've ended things with a girl and then gotten back.
Oh, yeah. You can't be doing that.
No, but that's the lesson learned through life, man. You got to know.
Yeah.
The most important thing is like you don't fuck with another human being.
Mm.
You know, like when you feel like you want them back in your life, let them in just to like to fill a void until you find the next person. Like that's and dudes do that, man. I'm sure women do too, but like dudes especially will do that.
Yeah, people got a hard time being alone, man. But don't mess with Texas.
I'm starting to enjoy my privacy.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Just having some alone time is nice.
Dude, I mean, in stand-up comedy, it's the perfect thing to just, you go out into the night, you're a night rider, you do your own thing, you got your little schedule, nobody's got to know what you're doing.
Well, that's the hardest part of this so far, dude, is being a night owl.
Yeah.
I'm not.
It is tough.
I wake up before the sun gets up, dude.
Did you get an early night last night?
Yeah. That was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice. I needed that.
You just gotta, I don't know, there's a smart way to do it. You gotta, take some days where you do things differently. You gotta think about your mental health and getting the right amount of sleep and not go crazy. Because it's gonna be a long grind,
Yeah.
You can't.
Dude, I had maybe you have some advice from my friend Louie, and he's gonna watch this.
Louie
Louie is a boy. Him and we were on a deployment, and I'll make this brief and undetailed. We were in a dicey situation. Me, him, and Big Schwilly, the other guy, Mason, who I was my roommate in Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
We got into a dicey situation on deployment together, and like these are the only two human beings where I felt like I've like stared death into their eyes.
Yeah.
Like, and for that, we'll always have a bond. But like Louis, him and I started doing a podcast together when we were in the military. And, like things were getting good. Like we had like
Does
sponsors.
Louis hate me now?
No, he doesn't. But like he went to his first open mic last night.
Hell
And
yeah.
I'm fired up. He's been talking about getting into. He lives in Cleveland.
Okay.
And like eventually, if he gets into comedy, like he's talking about moving here and getting on with the squad. And like this is a good friend, and he's hilarious. He has a podcast that you should check out.
Hell yeah.
But Cheerfully Miserable, by the way. Check out that podcast. That's Louis and his boy Jacob. But he did his first open mic in Cleveland. It's not like here where like it's not a bunch of mics every night and all that stuff. And like he just watched. He didn't go on stage, and he's like, next week I'm gonna do the same thing, and then I think I'm gonna be ready. But I was like telling him like, just get up there, dude.
Yeah.
And just like expect to bomb.
Yeah.
Have some jokes written, do some material, talk about your day. He's got funny stories. He's a funny guy, but like I don't know advice on like getting into it. I just feel like just do it.
Yeah, just do it and just try to keep getting better, observe, see what works, think about the structure of things, think about pay attention to why people are laughing at. But I think when you're starting out early in person, seeing comedy in person is especially important, because it's one thing to see it on specials and be like, oh, I'm watching the Louis C.K. special. Let me go and do what he does.
Dude, we talked for like an hour last night.
Yeah.
Because he went and he was just fired up, man.
It went well.
He didn't go up. He just watched it. But like, he loved the energy. And I guess there was a showcase after or something. And he just loved it, bro. He loved the vibes, and he's like excited for it. And I like that, man. I like it when people like see what we're doing and want to do it. And
try it out.
He's a great podcaster too, dude. I mean, like eventually, like I would love to get something going with him. But this is me just trying to get Louis motivated, dude, fired up, because he's a really funny guy. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird to recruit people into stand up, but we talked about it when we were in the military together.
Yeah.
And like now I'm doing it. And
well, it helps to have people around you and have friends and have a group. It keeps you going.
Yeah,
so it's much easier to do it with people that you like, and to have people you can rely on. And
the camaraderie of comedy is pretty similar to the military, dude. Like, because you think about the reason why you get so close to people in the military is because you're all going through shit together.
Right.
Like it's miserable, and you're doing it as a unit, and then when you get through it, you move through it together. And like comedy is the same thing. Like we are we are in the trenches in the first like stretch.
Yeah. If I could give one piece of advice or just a note, is that, and this is like across the board in almost anything, but you think about your first open mic, right? You don't think about it. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Like everything that seems so big in the moment, once you get past it and you're through it, looking back, you're like, yeah, I didn't need to stress that much about it. So really your first time going up, or the early, that's the least amount of pressure. Like if you go up, there's plenty of people that had Netflix specials that the first time they went up, they got no laughs.
Dude,
It's like,
Nat was telling me this, so I heard it secondhand, but I guess Jim Gaffigan, and if I'm misspeaking, I'm sorry, but Jim Gaffigan said something that like back in the day they would like do shows, and like they'd been doing comedy, like the group of people that had been doing comedy together for like 2 or 3 years, and there was old Billy Burr, and everyone's like, why is he still around, dude? This guy sucks. Like he had no like personality on stage. He was so unfunny, and he just stuck around. And like there's a couple people like that you could compare him to in like this scene, and like everyone, like Jim Gaffigan's like, yeah, dude, he just stuck around, and then one day Bill Burr gets on stage, and everyone's like, what the fuck? And then he never lost that groove. Like it took him some time, like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. And we all want to think we're already in that groove, or in our first year we already got into the groove.
Sometimes I don't even think that groove's attainable. Like,
right.
So
we don't know. Like, you could be completely different. I mean, we're already different than when we first started. You know, you figure it out, and it's.
But that's the moral of the story for getting into comedy. Like, you are going to bomb.
Right.
And if it's not today, then maybe it's. Well, no, you're going to bomb, and you're also going to bomb 8 years from now, and you're also going to bomb a time or two, 15 years. It's like, it's part of the gig, dude.
Yeah.
It's like I've heard someone compare it to just like taking your blow, like as a football player, like you're just getting hit.
Yeah.
You're just taking your blows. Like it's part of the game. You got to get hurt.
Oh, yeah. I mean, imagine if starting out football was just being thrown in the game. Your first day of football, you didn't do any practices or whatever. You practiced at home, got your moves down or your routes, and then you just jumped into the game. Your first contact was in a game.
Dude, and I'm also a gambling man. And the beauty of comedy is every time you get on stage is a gamble. Like the what makes it so exciting and so sexy is the risk.
Yeah.
There's a possibility that you go up there and then completely embarrass yourself, and that possibility exists every time.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes it sexy, dude. It makes it like a win will never feel good if the potential loss wasn't great.
Right. And you just you get harder from that and learn to not care as much.
All right, we don't need to bring sex into this, Niko.
What? Oh yeah.
But
I mean that's humiliating.
Dog.
You were telling me last week about women commenting on your dick, how good it was.
I didn't say that. Oh, I did say that.
That you give the survey
It wasn't
out.
like I think it's pleasantry. I think women just say nice things about my penis to be nice.
Yeah, I think so.
Who knows what they write on the bathroom wall?
Yeah, you can't get an honest survey.
No.
All right, anything else? We've done over an hour.
I am jazzed off of this coffee. Like I'm yipped right
Oh,
now.
really?
Yeah, it's like activating late.
Okay. What do you want to do? Should we go for a run?
I don't know. We'll do something like that.
Do some jumping jacks?
Let's go play some b-ball, dude.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.